Describe the most difficult moment in your career and how did you resolve it?
Probably, well, you're talking about this career, like not back when I was in the private sector, right?
In your career, I can only repeat the sentence.
Oh, well, most difficult. I would have to say, I'll just focus on the years that I've been in office. I would say the Aquarian vote. The Public Utilities Commission looked at a looming disaster in our utility department. There had been multiple proposals by private companies to see if the town of Bethel was interested in either leasing out its system or selling it outright. United Water Company approached them first, then Aquarian approached them after United exited the business in Connecticut. It was the kind of thing that anybody with an MBA, a Master's in Business Administration, would simply look at the numbers and say, boy, this just makes all the sense in the world. So the Public Utilities Commission wanted to entertain an offer, and the rest is history. The numbers may have argued in favor of it, but one of the things I've learned since then was that water is an extremely emotional thing with voters. It's not just in Bethel. That actually is a national situation. Studies show that in general, trust in government in the United States today is relatively low, but when you ask people, who do you want to provide the drinking water for you and your family, almost 80% of them say, I want the government to do it. So you've got this big disconnect. But regardless, the way we resolved it was we accepted, and I'm going to say we because I know that I took a lot of heat on this thing. This was not about me personally. This was the entire Public Utilities Commission. We accepted the vote. We said Bethel residents want to own their water system. And by the way, it's not owning the water. It's just owning the pipes that deliver the water. And many people said to us, it might cost us more in the future, but that's okay with me. I'd rather the town own it. So we went out, we put out an RFP, we hired a top-notch engineering firm. In a year, they came back with a 30-year capital plan, and we have been working through that capital plan ever since. So we have completed the water storage tank. We've started the design phase of a second water storage tank on the other side of town. We have replaced 3 pump stations. We have replaced many, many yards, I'm not quite sure how many, of water mains, and that will go on for the next 10 years, replacing them in sections. We've actually taken out and replaced water mains that were 100 years old, maybe even more. They were made out of wood. They were tree trunks about that big with a little 8-inch hole bored in the middle. We have improved the ability to treat the water before it goes out. We have added 2 new wells and are in the process of adding another well field. Bethel residents, now again, this doesn't apply to the entire town, because part of the Stony Hill area is served by Aquarian and private wells. But the part of the town that's served by the Bethel Water Department will have the best water in the state of Connecticut if they don't already. We are 100% compliant with all health regulations. One of the firemen who I spoke with, in the pre-dawn blaze that occurred over on Greenwood Avenue not long ago, said, thank God that new water tank is online and operating, because back in the old days, to run hoses from 2 or 3 different hydrants at the same time would have been a real problem. No longer is. So it's definitely improved fire safety. So that was probably the most difficult challenge, and that's the solution, and the solution is working great.
Okay.